Just this past week, I took a long overdue trip to Florida. It was a fantastic time, catching up with old coasters that I haven't ridden in some time and getting to know some new, amazing roller coasters that have been missing in my life. For the most part, my trip was a success. I remembered just how great Montu is. Yes, this is now my favorite invert. Sorry, Great Bear. Manta reinvigorated my love for flying roller coasters. Is a fantastic roller coaster type that we seriously need more of. Finally, how could I forget about SheiKra, the best dive coaster in the United States. Not only is the theming on point, but the airtime during the two major drops was a lot better than I remember. Well, that brings us to the problematic roller coasters of Florida. The ones that didn't live up to my original expectations, or the ones that should have never existed in the first place. So, unlike my previous destroyed list, this one I'm going to explain why I think the roller coaster should be removed or get major track work done. I'm not completely heartless. Most of the roller coasters on my really short list have potential, but not living up to it. If they can be saved by doing some track work, then that's what I really want to happen, than being a heartless monster demanding that they be torn down. Sand Serpent, located at Busch Gardens, Tampa. When I mentioned roller coasters that should have never existed in the first place, I was talking about Sand Serpent. Similar to my complaint about Primeval Whirl, which thankfully is no more, I say the same thing with his Wild Mouse. This is a carnival-style attraction that doesn't belong at a higher-tiered theme park like Busch Gardens. It's just like Wildcat at Cedar Point. That was a roller coaster that didn't fit in with a modern, higher-quality thrill machines. Now, the roller coaster doesn't need to be destroyed per se, but it could be sold to an amusement park that could use a suitable family attraction like this one. But one thing is for certain, remove this attraction from Busch Gardens and replace it with another modern family coaster that complements the other roller coasters, not bringing down the integrity of the park. Kraken, located at SeaWorld Orlando. Kraken opened in 2000, just when floorless roller coasters were heating up. I remember my first ride on this roller coaster in 2009. I thought it was fun, smooth, and forceful. The layout is solid with 7 inversions and neat trenches for the roller coaster to dive into. Well, after 12 years since my last ride, this roller coaster hasn't aged too well. There is a noticeable rattle that plagues the entire ride. I knew I was in for it when the roller coaster started to shake even before plummeting down the ride's first drop, the 144-foot plummet. Because the layout is solid and it fits nicely in this section of the park, I really don't want to see this roller coaster removed. Instead, please spend the money to either update the trains, replace the track, or both. Finally, make updates to the theming in the back section of the ride. It may be neat how close the roller coaster flips by the body of water, but the meat of this attraction looks like you're flipping upside down in a parking lot. For those who are standing in the park, you can't see this part of the ride, so it doesn't look bad. But wouldn't it be cool if they added a few more destroyed Atlantis-style buildings to fly through? Of course, this probably wouldn't be a financially wise move, as I doubt the return on investment would be achieved, but I can still dream though. Kumba, located at Busch Gardens, Tampa. I think we can almost copy and paste the same points I made about Kraken and take them over here to Kumba. This giant looping roller coaster by B&M opened in 1993. It was the largest project by the company for its time. The ride wows its guests with 7 inversions, including the first ever interlocking corkscrews. The way the ride interacts with the terrain is breathtaking. It's an amazing roller coaster to watch from the ground as it dives in and out of the trees, under bridges, and through a tunnel. The problem with Kumba is simple. It's rough. This used to be a relatively smooth ride with minimal headbanging. Now, the ride has a rattle that plagues most of the roller coaster. I do not want to see this roller coaster removed. Instead, I'd love to see the problematic sections of the track replaced and possibly, if needed, replace out the trains with new ones. As far as I'm concerned, the interlocking corkscrews are as iconic to the interlocking loops on Loch Ness Monster at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg. Give this coaster a good rehab and save this legendary attraction from destruction. Mind Blower, located at Fun Spot America in Kissimmee, Florida. I really don't know what went wrong with Mind Blower. Built by Gravity Group, a wooden coaster manufacturer that has been behind some of the best modern wooden coasters, has consistently provided excellent attractions, especially their family-size versions. Mind Blower, which is 83 feet tall, is slightly larger than their family-style Woodies. Its major feature is one inversion, a barrel roll. This is the best part of the ride, providing some fun hang time. Unfortunately, the rest of the ride doesn't live up to this one moment, instead tries to beat you to death with its awful track work. For a roller coaster that opened in 2017, I was shocked how rough this attraction already is. The way the roller coaster kept punching me in the kidney during every turn gave me flashbacks to my final ride on Mean Streak. As I said already, I don't know what went wrong with this roller coaster. The layout is solid, focusing on airtime, that one inversion, and overbanked turns. Unfortunately, during every turn, the ride starts to shimmy, smacking you against the sides of the train. It's weird because the rough nature of this ride would normally be a factor of heavier trains. Mind Blower uses their Timberliner trains, which for the most part provide a smoother ride experience, and I do believe they are lighter than normal PTC trains. For some reason, this can't be said of Mind Blower. The ride is rough, making 2 rides on this roller coaster too many. I was already getting a headache after one round, but for the sake of consistency with my reviews, I took one for the team and wrote it again. Gravity Group needs to come in and do some major track work on this relatively new attraction. As I said already, the layout is solid, and I would rather see this attraction saved than axed. Well, that wraps up my short list of roller coasters I want destroyed. Majority of these roller coasters I mentioned, I didn't really want them destroyed. Instead, I want some major track work completed so that they can return to their previous glory, or in the case of Mind Blower, achieve that state of glory it never reached. What roller coaster in the state of Florida do you want to see destroyed? Let me know all about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please click on that like button and subscribe. That way you continue to get more great content brought to you by Extreme Thrills.